let's talk about three main topics today, okay? I'm going to lay them out real quick and then we'll hit them one by one, okay?
Sure.
So spotting multifamily opportunities in any market. I definitely want to pick your brain on that. Practical applications of Warren Buffett's principles in real estate and strategies for building and maintaining a successful portfolio. All super important. So Dave, let's start with spotting multifamily opportunities. Look, people are going to say the market's crazy, it's so high. How are you even finding any room to make money with multifamilies?
Yeah, that's a great question. Anywhere in the U.S. right now. So we all know we're dealing with this massive housing crisis, right? We've got a lot of people who can't afford a home. We've seen trillions and trillions of silly dollars come flooding into the marketplace. And what that does is compress the capitalization rates, which increases the value of properties. And it's a mess. It's a tough time out there. So, spotting an opportunity, I wish I could give you a short run. I wish I could give you, like, hey, can I just sneak around the corner? You can't. You need longevity. You need relationships. You need network. You need proven track record. If I look at my own career, I started with little duplexes and triplexes. And then I got all excited. One day I bought a sixplex and I'm like, this is awesome. I'm a player, right? And, those kinds of deals, they still require, a chunk of change down, some capital down. You can't, as soon as you get over that 4 unit, you're into a different financing structure. So do you have that 25% down? But really, at the end of the day, it's network and then zero, and I'm going to say this loud and clear so everybody hears it, zero emotional attachment. Zero. Sticks and bricks, ones and zeros. That's it. That's it. Now, once you acquire the property, well, then you can get into, massaging net operating income, being a great, manager of your assets, etc. So network and then really strong fundamental underwriting.
Practical applications of Warren Buffett's principles in real estate. I'm curious what those principles are because I love Warren Buffett.
Yeah, I love Warren Buffett too. And I take his principles of buying and massaging a business and I just transfer it into sticks and bricks, right? So I said a 6-unit property. Well, let's put another zero on it. It's a 60-unit property. That 60-unit property is now a business all on its own. Therefore, do you have good asset protection? Do you have great relationships with bankers? Would it make sense to go into an adjustable rate mortgage to keep cash flow strong in the beginning? Do you have the skill sets to work management? Do you have the skill sets to deal with troubled tenants? Do you have the skill sets to reposition your asset through really good construction and refurb and rehab? So each component in there is a business, and in that intro you pulled out, a lack of tolerance for insufficiencies, right? A tell it like it is kind of attitude. And I think in that sense I'm blessed because being able to kind of cut through the BS is really important in any business. And if I'm sitting down in front of Warren Buffett and I want to present an opportunity to him in any capacity, I better know what the hell I'm talking about, and I better not be making any shite up. All right, you know what I'm saying? Don't make it up. I'm okay using the military. I don't know the answer right now, sir, but I'll get it back to you as soon as I can. There's nothing wrong with that. So, fundamentals, good analysis, not free data from Google, but paid for legitimate data, to be able to make some good decisions. Because at the end of the day, and Warren Buffett's the same way. I'm no different in the sense that I have one job, and that's to be a custodian of investor capital, right? That's what Warren does, right? They're moving money. He says, go this way, and everybody says, okay, Warren. And they all go running up in that direction, right? You got to be solid in what it is you're doing. Strategies
for building and maintaining a successful portfolio. So you got one property, you want to add a second, a third, a fifth. What is that? What do you have to do? What's the strategy or some strategies to build that?
To be able to maintain and grow a portfolio, you have to buy right? My mentors and coaches told me back in the day, Dave, you make your money when you buy. You realize profits when you refinance and sell. So being on the right side of the buy equation is critical. And if you do that and you do that well, when in a very, very short period of time, like we always talk about a 3 to 5 year window in a commercial space to be able to double, if not triple, your original investment. We call it a 2x or a 3 equity multiple on capital deployed. Now we can only put that out there if we have a strategy to grow that investment fairly quickly, monetize that investment, cash out of that investment, either keep it or roll the equity over into your next deal. And that takes systems. Save yourself time, energy, money, and stress. That's what systems stands for, right?
I love that. Yes.
Yeah. So if you've got a systematized approach, it's almost like an engineering mindset when we go into these things, right? You know, the engineer isn't usually the best communicator, right? They think differently. Their DNA is not mine and vice versa. But the engineer knows that if they write a computer program, for example, and it works, it'll work every single time as long as one thing doesn't happen. A human being sticks their fingers in it and messes it up, right?
Yeah. True.
So when you create a system that is proficient, run it until it's no longer proficient, and then make it better, right? Then make it better, then improve it. How can you streamline rent collections? How can you streamline evictions? How can you streamline your repairs with your tenants? Can you automate? Can you outsource? Can you use? There's so much SaaS in the marketplace today. It's unbelievable. Everybody wants to sell me some computer software every 10 minutes with a nice monthly fee, right?
Yeah.
So be diligent.